I was supposed to make a topic tonight about college and dealing with the stresses of it and everything. But when I got on YouTube, I saw that they're having the government talk about whatever issues are on their mind, and I have a few issues. My biggest concern is why is it Congress doesn't seem to get it through their thick heads that everyone here in this world is suffering in this U.S. and all they care about is getting their almost $1 million fucking paychecks, which they spend on stupid shit that they cannot take to the grave with them, and they use the excuse because we care for our family. Bullshit. All you care about is your own family. You, we put you in office, and you said, "Oh yeah, you're in office, so you can help us, cause you know what it was like growing up poor." Bullshit. Because if any of you really knew what it was felt like to be almost pummeled to the ground and having to live on paycheck to paycheck, whether you were working or you had to earn it because your kids have disabilities, do you think that makes anyone feel good asking for a handout? No, not really. And then those people who sit on their butts and actually say, "Oh, I don't mind being on welfare. I don't mind being on Social Security. I don't mind having workers' comp and all this paychecks as long as I could sit home and I can bitch and complain about my whole life, but I don't have this and I don't have that." There are a lot of people that wish they could get a job right now, but the way the economy's set up is go to college. If you don't fit into the scholarship, there goes your chance to go into college. So you're stuck working at McDonald's or some fast food chain restaurant, and you're having to work like 2 or 3 different jobs just to even support yourself, let alone more than one life. And it's disgusting. Just thinking about it. I personally, growing up, I didn't have a job when I was 16. And I used to watch my friends, a lot of my friends' families were middle class, and now they're struggling as bad as my family was growing up. And it's horrible. And then I've known people who were rich kids, and their parents pay for the college and all and everything. But does their kid have a job now that they've completed college? Nope, no job yet. I think that's the saddest part. The government tells us we need to go to school to better educate ourselves. So we do it. If we can afford the grants, scholarships, even financial aid. But if you can't afford it, well, you're shit out of luck. You could be the smartest freaking kid in the whole wide world. But if you can't get that scholarship and you're one of the poor kids, oh well, too bad. Bye bye. And I think that's the sad part. And then besides this whole government thing, you have all these people going around and saying, "We're in 2012. The world's gonna end on either 12/12 or 12/21." Oh my gosh. If the world should end or it shall end, I'm a religious person. I leave all my shit up to God. But if it doesn't end, then oh well. We were all just a bunch of scaredy cats. But back to the whole government issue. I I try to understand government. I tried looking at it, studying it. At first, I wanted to be a paralegal. That didn't work out. So I thought, let's do criminal justice, and I'm hoping this works out. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, if I'm struggling now, just trying to do my college work, and I'm trying to save up for a car, trying to save up for my own apartment, and I'm still here. It really sucks when you have to move back in with your parents after having kids. It really does, and I know there's a lot of parents out there. Even teenagers can probably understand and relate to me when they can honestly say it sucks when you have to move back in with your folks. It's like when you have that first taste of freedom, you have your own place. It's like nothing sweeter. You don't want to have to go back home. But when you have to go back home because the economy sucks, you lost your job or you lost your car, which led to losing your job, you couldn't finish school, or the school bills got too high and you lost your job, or some other reason why you couldn't afford to keep up payments on something. And then the government is trying to tell you it's okay, everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna don't worry about it. We're trying to take care of it. We'll take the money from somewhere. But yet all these governors, governess, whatever you want to call them, my opinion, no offense to the government, but some of y'all are shit. And I don't mean the shit. I mean shitheads. You got your head so far up your ass that you couldn't even see what it'd be like to be in my shoes. I dare one of you congressmen or women. I dare you. Take all your credit cards, every bit of money you have, all your clothes, all your fancy clothes. Take all of it and lock it in a safe. Walk away and go live in the woods for a couple months. Let's see if you come back alive with nothing, just your ass in the woods. See how the homeless feel for a day. Or something better besides that. Why don't you go up to a starving child and see what that feels like for them? To have to watch them starve and having their parents have to watch their kids slowly dying, or having to decide, should I give my kid this last piece of bread knowing this is the bread that we'll only have for this week? And then food pantries are running in short supply of certain items, and people who have to go to the food pantries, unfortunately, like myself, we don't always like what's given. We don't always want to eat your stale bread. We don't want to eat the kidney beans that you left behind. We don't want all your leftovers. We want to be able to say, I would love to have a cheeseburger and not have to feel guilty if I'm going to have the money tomorrow. I don't need a cheeseburger though. I'm like, no, I'm gonna die. I don't eat junk food. But personally, what the government is doing, I find wrong, and I'm hoping someone in the government can actually think with their heads, in here, and in their heart, instead of the one between their legs and the one up their ass. So next time, government, you decide to raise your income by another 10,000 or so, think about that little boy down the street that lives in middle America that has to beg his parents to buy him a pair of shoes because he can't even afford to get $2 shoes at the thrift store. His parents have to decide, should we get a loaf of bread for our family or get our kid shoes because he has no shoes to wear to school? Think about the struggling mother who got denied food stamps and shot herself and her kids down in Texas. Think about all those people who are actually really disabled and got denied Social Security because there are other people who are on Social Security who do not use their checks wisely. And when I mean wisely, I mean they do stupid things with it. Government, you really need to think. Stop thinking about your damn selves for once in your damn lives and think about the American people who put you there. Because I know, as much as I hate to say this, there's probably a lot of Americans that wish we could all just go to the White House right now and take every government person out of there and run this country on our damn own. Because y'all have been too power hungry and money hungry. And I hope someday that karma shows you the error of your ways. I have to go to sleep. But you really need to change. And don't be coming after me just because I spoke my mind. That's my First Amendment right. I'm allowed to speak my mind. Next time, think before you do. Good night.